Hello everyone. Now I'm doing the next video for Milescraft. This is on their Sign Pro. I've already got this set up. I'll show you how I set it up here in a little bit. It was just easier to learn my way through it off camera, but when I go to take this apart, I'll show you how it is all assembled to make a sign with. Now, right now I have got my 7/16 turn lock bushing in my router with the Milescraft base. I've got the smaller of the two cove bits in my router. I'm using the 1.5 letters, and I'm only using one section. The one section, let me get a measuring tape just a minute. Each section is the same length, and you are able to do right at a 16-inch sign with just one, and they mount together to double that length. So I've got all this set up, let it snow on a piece of cedar here. I've got it clamped down with the low profile clamps that they sent in the kit also. And I'm going to route this out. I've got the smaller pieces in here, using them for spacers to space out between my words. But I'll show you all that after I get this routed, so let me get my protection on and I'll be right back. Okay everyone, as you just seen, I went through and I cut everything with that smaller of the two cove bits. Right now I'm taking the clamps off. These are really nice clamps too. I can see me using these for other things also, where they're low profile. Just a minute. So here you can see the sign template. We got Let It Snow. I'll take that apart in just a minute and show you how they all slide together. First, get the sawdust out of it. There it is. Now there's our Let It Snow. I just went real slow with it and held to the outside edges. On the end, I did have to come back in and clean a little bit out in these higher spots right in here. The bit didn't come in complete contact, and I just had to clean that out while it was still in the template. And same with the W. The O, you just have to hold to the outside edge of the template and go all the way around, and then slowly raise it up and out of it. That way you don't damage the center of your O. I'm going to get some paint sprayed on this, and so we can sand it off, and we'll see what it looks like once it's sanded off. Now, but first, before I do that, I'm going to show you this here, the actual sign kit, or the sign template, I guess you would say. It comes with two of these end pieces. Apparently I unscrewed that one a little bit too far, the bolt fell out. Okay, it comes with two of these ends, like that. And you just take these off. The way you put in each of your pieces, they just slip in through channels right in the end of this thing. You can see here how that comes out through that channel, and you just keep putting them in. And I use some of the smaller ones, like the number 1, or some of the, like a period and stuff like that in it. I use that for spacers between my letters. And then here's the other end piece. It comes with 4 of these rails and some connectors to connect the rails together to make a longer sign if you wish to do so. I don't do a lot of holiday signs, but I figured on a piece of cedar like this would be awful pretty. So I'm going to get this sprayed and let it dry, and I'll sand it off, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's all done. Now, as you can see, this sign is completely finished. After I sanded the paint off, I rounded the ends with a jigsaw, put a 1/4 inch round over on it, and gave it 2 coats of a rattle can gloss clear coat, and it turned out great. Now, to sum up about the Sign Pro, just like I did with the design inlay kit, I'm going to give you the pros and the cons of it versus doing it by hand. I've got a video on my YouTube already of me doing a sign by hand, so go check that out if you haven't already. To do this by hand, it would have took me probably about the same amount of time carving. Where this saves so much time is you don't have to design your sign. It's a basic word sign, so you don't spend the 30 minutes at the computer designing out your sign and getting it printed off. Also, you don't have to waste the paper and the time to glue it down and get it all lined up just to router through it. After you've routed through the paper, you have to go back with paint thinner or mineral spirits to get the glue and the paper off your sign. If you don't, it'll gum up your paper, your sandpaper, as you're trying to sand off the paint. So that's where this saves so much time. To do this is including setup now. It took me probably about 10 to 15 minutes total. And this is the first time I've actually set this up to carve. It took me about 15 minutes tops to do this. If I was doing that by hand, for designing it out, all the prep work with the paper and the spray glue adhesive and all that, it would probably take me 35-40 minutes to do this sign instead of 15. That's where this Sign Pro comes in so handy. I will be able to have several blanks cut out ready for my sign to be carved onto, and I plan on having this set up as a welcome sign template, and I will be able to just lay it down, clamp it, router one, move over to the next one, do the same, and then continue the process. Now, the only con that I would say of the Sign Pro is you're limited on the amount of fonts that you have. There's only the one font style that you're able to carve. You do have 2 different sizes, and you've got a set of vertical numbers as well, but far as styles, it's only the one. That's the only con that I can see. But if you get into wanting to do different fonts and everything else, you're probably going to go the hand routed way anyway. So this is more for when you get to the stage I'm at, that you want to expand your business into Etsy, closing gifts, stuff like that. It will allow you to churn out the amount of product in the time basis you have for those. So there's the pro, time saver, and quick product turnout. Really good for mass production. The only con is there's only one font style. You do have 2 different sizes, which will work for basically any sign you want. So, to sum it up, I wish I would have got this thing 4 or 5 years ago, if it was available then. I'm not certain. I think it was, because I remember looking at it, and at the time I didn't have the money. So, but I wish I'd have went ahead and saved up and got it then. I could have turned out product a lot quicker. So this video should be coming out right before Christmas, and I hope that you all will run down to your local stores that carries Milescraft and pick this up. This or the design inlay kit, or either one would be a great addition to the woodworker in your life, or to your own arsenal. They also have several other products, smaller products. If you're looking for stocking stuffers, don't forget the drill block makes a good stocking stuffer. Run out and pick up some Milescraft for your Christmas, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.